Russell, how good has it been to have a week on the training ground?
Yeah, it's been really nice. Just to get everyone out there. Everyone needs something different in a 3 week. Some haven't played as much as others, so it'd be nice to get some extra work into them. And then obviously there'll be a change or two to the team tomorrow, enforced and one possibly not. So trying a few different things, prepare as well as you possibly can for West Brom, but obviously with the focus being on us, but being aware of them because they're a really good side with a really good coach. So yeah, it's been a good week. The feeling's good around here at the moment, and it has been. Even when we were going through a difficult period, everyone really stayed true to the path we're on. But now to see the players take real pride in what they're doing and belief, and the noise in the training pitch that can only come when results are positive and everyone's feeling good about what they're doing. So it's been a really, really good week. I always enjoy the 3 weeks when we have time to really work, and the players have done that. There's been a bit of a balance as well between, as I said, extra work for players that really need it and maybe managing a few others that have played a lot of minutes. So we need to finish this block of games off really well. It's the last international break, and then it's relentless from the end of November all the way through to March. So just want to finish this off as positively as we possibly can because the players have been really, really brilliant.
A week ago we were smiling because Ross Stewart had 45 minutes and scored a goal. Is he fit enough to make the bench or be involved tomorrow?
Yeah, he'll be involved tomorrow. Yeah. So really excited about him being involved. I think he's excited. The players are excited. We're excited. So he'll be a big player for us, I'm sure. And as I said to you, the expectation early on because of how long he's been out shouldn't be too big. He'll feel his way in with us, and he's not had a huge amount of time on the grass. So this is probably his first full week of training with the team and really understanding the tactical detail. But what he has is fantastic willingness to learn, coachable, brilliant person, works so hard. So we've been able to rein him in rather than trying to encourage him to do extra work. I think he's been a dream to work with for the physios and the sports science team doing his rehab, and now he's been a dream to work with for us as well. So get him on the pitch at some point tomorrow, possibly not. It depends on the state of the game. But to have him back in the squad and then to build him up over the international break is a nice period for us to really get some work into him, so he can be a big player for us moving forward.
Just outline his strengths for fans and people that won't have seen him play at Sunderland. What he brings to you that in the mix that perhaps you haven't got at the moment.
Well, he's massive, so that helps in this league. But no, of course we are. It's Plan B. It's the Plan B. So it's Ross. Put him on. No, he is first and foremost brilliant goal scorer. So I obviously first watched him when he was at Ross County and tried to sign him at MK, and I joke about that he's rejected me twice, and now we're finally working together, and can really run, brilliant movement, wants to score, hungry for goals, works so hard out of possession for the team, can hold the ball up, can bring others into play. He has a bit of everything really, and I think he, for such a big guy, moves so well, and the injury hasn't affected that at all. So he's just, all he is at the minute is short of minutes and match minutes, and I'm really convinced that he suits what we do, and he's a very different option to the ones we already have as well, and we're going to need different options throughout the season with different opposition, but technically good, athletically good, mentality and attitude very, very good. So when you can tick all them boxes, I think he's got a huge value.
How much of a headache has Jan Bednarek's suspension given you?
I'm disappointed because he's been such a big player for us. But I think whenever anyone misses a game for any reason, it's an opportunity for someone else, right? So Mason came in against Preston and did very, very well for Taylor. And if he comes back in tomorrow, whether it's him or Shea or whoever, then they'll have another opportunity to do very, very well. So I'm really confident that whoever steps in will be totally fine. And I think we're at a point now, I really believe that if some one or two need to come out, we can fill that gap pretty seamlessly and smoothly. But Yanni B has been, I'm really pleased for him. He's back in the Poland squad. He really deserves that. He was really disappointed not to be in the last squad because it means so much to him. But he has been, the last month, 2 months really, the improvement and the growth in him as a person, the player has been beautiful to watch. I've really, really enjoyed it. I really like him as a character, as intelligent, maximises everything every day, big character, big personality, and now he moans a lot less. he's really producing. And honestly, I've watched him with immense gratitude and pride the way he's come through the period we had, and he's been a big reason for us, I think, because it's such an important position. And obviously him and Taylor have been very settled, and Flynn in front, but without the courage or conviction he's had and playing on a different side as well, it would have been much tougher for us. So I'm really grateful to him, and he goes away to Poland we'll be looking forward to seeing him when he comes back, and hopefully someone who comes in for him will give us a problem in terms of picking the team for the next game. But he's been huge for us, and I don't think that's gone unnoticed by anyone really. Like the players in the team for sure understand what he does on the ball for us is really not easy, and he's taken to it, and I think he's really started to enjoy the responsibility as well, and he's been really outstanding.
On West Brom then, very well coached, very efficient team, I like to think, organised, don't give a lot away in the penalty area. Game of patience tomorrow possibly?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a different challenge to what we faced recently. Carlos come up against him a few times now at Huddersfield and at West Brom, and really excellent coach, as you said. They pose a real threat, especially on the counter-attack, but scored a really brilliant team goal against Hull last week. So they can do both sides of the game very, very well, and they have some really top players for the level, I think. So it's going to be a really interesting game. But we're at home, we're in a really good place. We have a group of players that are really believing, I think, the supporters that are really starting to enjoy watching their team, which is the most important thing. I think you have to try and give our job as head coaches or managers is to try and give people a team to be proud of and to feel part of, and to enjoy watching and to win, of course. And we hope to do all of that tomorrow. And we will have to be patient at times. We'll have to be really fast with the ball at times. There's going to be trying to put it into context emotionally for the players is really one of the most important things in this game, because it's different to the last one. So as a coach, you try and give them an understanding of what you think is coming, but you're only ever really making a calculated guess, right? So they could come up with something totally different tomorrow. But I really feel the players have a lot of solutions to a lot of different problems, and we really trust them to find out some solutions. We might have to help them at some point during the game, but I'm really looking forward to it, and to being back at home and finishing this block of games as positively as possible.
Thank you. Okay, move on for the written section for 10:30. Alfie, do you want to start us off?
Hi Russell, yeah, so obviously the last two games before international break haven't really gone exactly as you'd imagine. The Sunderland one was, I suppose, the catalyst.
So pretty differently to what we imagined.
Collapse, as well, as call it, but you were done up using that word. And obviously Rotherham, you still haven't gotten over that because you covered on that game comfortably. How nice would it be just to have a performance and a result tomorrow that just, no question marks, no regrets, spend that 2 weeks relaxing and taking the time off that you need to take? Yeah,
I think it'd be lovely for momentum and to keep growing and to keep building on what we're doing, and to keep putting pressure on the teams above us, for sure. I'm sure West Brom will have the same feeling as us. They've been on a really good run of form, and they want to keep putting pressure on the teams above them. So, yeah, it's about us, about feeling good about ourselves at the end of the 90 odd plus minutes, or whatever it's going to be. And if we can carry on performing how we have, I'm really confident that we can end up with a really positive result and positive feeling going into the break, and as much momentum. To keep as much momentum as possible, I think it's so powerful when you have momentum and belief. And the team's really grown. We have to keep growing. Tomorrow's a different challenge, and if we can get through it and win, then I think we're in a brilliant place to come back to.
You mentioned there'll be potentially one or two changes to the team, obviously one in force of Jan, one not in force perhaps. Is that something that you've seen just in the opposition, or is it something that you've seen in training this week?
I think you always analyse and assess what player might suit different opposition best. We've had a couple of people carrying knocks as well, and two players come off the pitch last week with a slight injuries, nothing too major, but then you have to assess if they're really ready to go again and to give you everything for 90 minutes, or if they're better off the bench. So we'll wait and see tomorrow. Today was a test for one or two of them, and came through it in different ways. So but as I said, whatever team we put out, I'm really happy with and comfortable with, and I can say that to you with real conviction, because they've been brilliant, every single player. The ones who haven't played, is really easy for them to be a bit negative or down, but it's just not been like that at all. Everyone's celebrating together, everyone enjoying it together, and the ones who haven't played, we spend a lot of time with and try and give them as much as we possibly can. I think whenever I was out of the team and I played, it's all you ever wanted is to feel like you still were cared for and you still looked after, and you were still ready when you come onto the pitch, and it's our job to keep them ready.
Maybe still a little while away at the moment, but is there any update on where Jack Stevens is with his sort of progression coming back?
Yeah, I think we had the guys put out a nice video of him returning to the grass. It really is another step in his rehab, but it's a big step to get back on the grass for sure. But it is going to take a bit of time still, so I don't think the timescales ever changed. Really, it was probably 10 to 12 weeks from the first day of his injury against QPR, so we'll hopefully still be looking at that and stay on track for that. He's been amazing in his mentality to work and his rehab, and every time I see him, he's just dripped in sweat. So before he sees me splash his face in cold water, I don't know, he knows what's coming. But he's been amazing. He's a big character, and the team really missed him. The team really suffered for 4 or 5 games. We're fortunate we've got through that, and as I said, others have really stepped up. But he was a huge loss in that period, and a big part of the reason we couldn't quite get going again was losing him, because courage on the ball, belief in us and what we were doing, character on the pitch, a voice on the pitch, personality, energy, big loss for us. So I'm really looking forward to getting him back, and at some point we're going to have a real headache in there, and in that position, because we have some really top players there, if we can keep everyone fit. But it'll be a really brilliant problem for us to have.
Just finally for me, the women's team obviously hosting Arsenal in a couple of weeks, one of the biggest women's sides obviously in the world. For Marianne, I know you've only been here for sort of 5 or 6 months, but you know about the transformation that's happened in this club under her. Very special, former Arsenal herself, but also for the club. What a test and what an opportunity.
Yeah, she's a brilliant person. Really enjoyed chatting football with her. Watched a fair few of their games as well, and we'll be there for the Arsenal game, and we're hoping to get a record crowd for that. So I really hope we can get that. There'll be a few of the guys there as well. We'll all be there as the first team staff, and there'll hopefully be a few of the players there as well. For Marianne, it'll be a special occasion, being an Arsenal legend herself. So I'm sure she'll be desperate to put in a good account of herself and desperate to win. And I think the momentum they've had, the growth they've had in a short space of time, is really brilliant. And I've got a daughter that plays football. Gilly has a daughter that plays football, and I went back to my school yesterday, and every age group has a girls' team that's doing brilliantly. I don't think there was even a girls' football team when I was there, any year, any age group. So the amount of growth in it is incredible. They're a big part of this club. They're here every day. We interact with them every single day. Sometimes watch them train, sometimes watch games. Marianne is the same with us. So yeah, I think it's really exciting for them, and we'll be there, and hopefully it'll be a really positive night for everyone.